Hey, this is Nick Franklin. It's January 17th, 2013. I just created a video explaining some of the issues that I was having with this vehicle over the last couple days pertaining to the new electrical system that I've installed. And that video is all about my failed diagnosis. This video is going to be about the fact that the car works now, and we're going to take a look at some of the things that I've done. So, the first thing is, we wanted to use the civic gauge clusters for now because they are available to us and they interpret the data from the ECU exactly how it's supposed to be presented, if that makes any sense. So the speedometer on here is actually calibrated to the size of the wheels in the vehicle and everything else that pertains to actually giving you a correct speed. The RPM gauge, everything, all the warning lights and indicators, those are all sent over a data system instead of physical 12-volt on and off signals like older vehicles have. So using these will actually help us see like the coolant temperature, the check engine light, and things like that we probably wouldn't be able to see so easily without converting the data signal back to an analog signal and creating a readout for ourselves to see on the dash. So basically, over the last couple of days, I rewired the ignition system, got that all set up. I got these gauges installed, ran the data lines, redid the plug at the ignition switch, hooked up an accessory relay, hooked up the amplifier, ignition 2, which cuts out all the unnecessary things that draw a lot of power, like a heater, or windshield wipers when you're trying to start the vehicle. And I just kind of cleaned up some of the extra stuff. There's a big harness under here. I got rid of that and converted it down. Right now the vehicle actually runs off of just this, which is 3 4-conductor wires. So there's 3 wires inside this loom, and each of those wires has 4 wires within it. Anyways, I'm pretty happy because after dealing with this for a day and a half, I finally got the car to start just a few minutes ago, and I'm going to let you see how this works. So, turning the key on, we've got the stock Honda Civic gauges. There are a couple warning lights on there right now. The blinking drive light lets us know that there's probably some kind of problem with the transmission. I'll look into that a little bit later. I'm just happy I got it running right now. We also have a check engine light and of course an ABS light since we don't have ABS right now. Same with the airbags, but all of that will eventually work again someday. I'm going to go ahead and start it up. You can see we got the speedometer working, which is really cool. The tachometer, the speedometer. I haven't finished connecting the gas pedal, which is drive-by-wire, so it was coughing a little bit when I was trying to gas it, but that will work correctly again soon too. And yeah, so that works. I also hooked up the blinkers. So you can see we got blinkers working there. The body's not on, but I think it's pretty safe to assume that the blinkers will work. They're controlled by this turn signal switch, which I've heard is actually out of a Subaru, but it works fine. Also turned on the headlights, so, well, I guess you can't see that would work since there's no headlights hooked up right now. This trailer connector right here is going to go out to the front of the vehicle, and there's going to be another connector on the inside of the body. When we drop the body on, all we have to do is connect this 4-pin harness, and that's going to do headlights, taillights, left turn, right turn, brakes, which is pretty cool. Other than that, I think that's about it. It's nice that with the stock Civic gauge cluster, we can actually use our gear changer to see what gear we're in. So after reading the instruction manual for this thing, I found out that if you hold these two buttons right here, you can actually control the servo manually, and we can actually see what gear we're in. So right now, I don't think it's calibrated quite right, and park is not working, but you can see we're actually scrolling through the gears right there. So now instead of being stuck with neutral, reverse, and drive, we can actually pick any gear that we want, which is kind of a big deal. Alright, I think that's about it, so I'll let you guys go. Have a good night.